Hello, everyone. It's Mike from Downtown Comics. And you know what? We're still in May. I may have said last week that it was the last week of May because I always assume Memorial Day is the last week of May. But the calendar's weird this year. And yes, we're going to talk about all the books coming out on the final week of May, May 29th, 2024. And yes, because it's the last week of May and it's a fifth week, we're going to have us a little slowdown. The table's half empty here. So let's get started. Let's go with DC, who has a pretty good week, actually, for a skip week for them. All right. Oh, yeah, you know what? Before we begin, downtowncomics.com is the place to go to check out all the comics and covers, some of which may not be on this table. And, of course, liking, sharing, and subscribing is always appreciated. And, yeah, that's great. Let's get going. All right, so we got Batman the Dark Age. Our Mike Allred miniseries continues. And because it is a holiday coming up, we have a brand new one-shot for DC Pride. So various covers for that. Our Batman Brave and the Bold anthology book hits number 13. Power Girl, number 9. And it looks like it's still tying into the House of Brainiac event, so you may want to check that out if you're reading the Superman stuff. Flash, brand new. Detective, 1085. Harley, number 40. And Green Arrow getting a bump. So this was originally supposed to be 12 issues, but he is tying into Absolute Power. And so I believe this series is now going to continue for a little bit. So he's going to be an important character in that upcoming crossover event. So you may want to start reading that book. Penguin hits number 10. And we're gonna end with Primer, which was released as a graphic novel, but they broke it up and also turned it into a comic book limited series, so number 3 of that. All right, so let's just go all the way back, and we will do the Independents. So that was all for DC. All right, so we got Vox Machina, the latest issue of that. Our Ghostbusters miniseries hits number 3. Operation Sunshine. Our Spawn book this week is King Spawn. We have our Power Rangers The Return, that miniseries. We've got a new one from Image called Grommets. And I think it involves skateboarding in some way. Red Sonja hits 11 on their current ongoing. We have a new one. This is by Michael Oeming, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. He did Mice Templar back in the day. Obviously, he did Powers. So, but yeah, he does like the anthropomorphic animals. So this is a new one called William of Newbury. So we'll see how that goes. Looks like a raccoon is the main character. We have the Gun Hand. 2 Star Wars High Republic Adventures comics today. This is number 6 of the current series. And then number 2 of the mini-series, Saber for Hire, are both out. We have another Godzilla one-shot. So this is Mechagodzilla, the 50th anniversary. That's a one-shot. What is this? Death Ratioed? Ratio? Death Ratioed? Death Rated. Death Rated. Okay, we're going to go with that. Death Rated. There we go. That's a new one. Turtles also doing another best of one-shot. So this is for Slash, a character I do not actually know. So, don't know who that is. Dawn Runner hits number 3. Sonic hits number 69. All right. Star Trek also celebrating Pride Day with a Star Trek Celebrations one-shot. The Creature from the Black Lagoon hits number 2 of that miniseries. Our Universal Monsters. Bitmap, that's number 4 on the shiny foil cover. RoboForce, number 2. Just going to drop down right here. This is the Kevin Eastman miniseries, Drawing Blood. That hits number 2. And then we'll go up and finish off Independence. Torpedo, 1972 from Ablaze. We have a new one, if you're into samurais, Blood and Fire. So if you were a Shogun fan, you may want to check that out. And lastly, we have an issue of Undiscovered Country. So there's our independents. Let's go right into Marvel. So Marvel, we also have a wedding special this week. So this is a one-shot and various. All right, so Mystique and Destiny, they did get married, but they're going to show you the story. We have a couple of tie-ins to the current Blood Hut event. So we have a new miniseries. The Midnight Suns are back together again. So we'll see how that goes. That should be fun. And then Black Panther, instead of in his book that has ended, he is getting a miniseries. So he will have a 3-issue miniseries. If you've read Blood Hut number 1 and 2, you kind of know what's going on there. Spider-Boy hits number 7. We have Avengers Twilight. This may be the last book. I'm not sure. But book 6 of Avengers Twilight is this week. Lots of different covers there. There we go. And Wolverine ending on 50. He will get a new book. Don't you worry about that. But, yep, the current Sabretooth War is finally over at 50. Our Darth Maul, Black, White, and Red hits number 2 on that one. And I think I've got another cover here. Do I have another cover? I do have another cover. Wow. 3 different covers. There you go. All right. Edge of Spider-Verse, we finally get the Spider-Woman from the second Spider-Verse movie. So she finally gets her own comic. I think this is her first appearance in comics. Not positive of that. Don't quote me. But some cool covers there. Jango Fett hits number 3. Our Jackpot and Black Cat miniseries. I guess I only have one cover, but it's pretty good. Night Thrasher, the end of that miniseries, hits number 4. Also ending is our Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver miniseries, but don't worry, Scarlet Witch is coming back with her own book. And here we go, the final fall of the, or wait, this is the Rise of the Powers of 10. So this one hitting number 5, this should be the last issue. So we are almost at the end of this run. So I think we only have maybe X-Men left to take us home. Spider-Punk's miniseries continues. Do I only have those? Yes. Ultimate Spider-Man. And that hits number 5. Various covers. And we got that. And then, not really tying into the Blood Hunt stuff, Helverine, a very popular character created during a Wolverine Ghost Rider crossover, is actually getting his own book. So, there we go. And you get a shiny one as well. So, Helverine. And lastly, we're going to reprint Avengers Annual number 10. I don't know if this is the first time this one's been done, honestly. But it's probably the first time it's gotten a shiny version, so we know that. First appearance of Rogue, so a seminal issue for X-Men fans as well as Avengers fans. So there you go. All right, so Marvel has a decent week. DC has a decent week. Not a ton of independence. So, yep, a little bit less than last week, but still good stuff. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Hope everyone had a good holiday, and we will see you at the stores. Bye-bye.